Hey, boys and girls, thanks for joining me for story time. We've been talking about interdependency, where you think about something that depends on something else for survival. Just like kittens depend on their mamas for milk to survive, you depend on your mom and dad to take care of you and provide a home and food and water and an education to keep you alive. Well, we're going to be talking about some different animals that are going to depend on things out in the wild to help them survive. And the title of this selection is called Don't Eat My Lettuce. So I guess you can tell that it's going to be about some animals that like to eat things in the garden. So this is from our science curriculum. And so it is talking about interdependency. At the end of the selection, you're going to do some writing about a deer and what he needs from the wild to help him survive. So join me as we read Don't Eat My Lettuce. Maggie and her sister love to work in the garden. How many of y'all have a garden? Raise your hand. I know some of you do. I don't have one personally, but my daughter and my grandkids have one. They grow flowers of all different colors. Now, this is a flower garden, but you can also do a vegetable garden. And look at those flowers. The one in the middle reminds me of the ones that the bees like to sit on to get pollen to carry back to their beehive. You can even grow vegetables. Maggie is tending the garden. She notices that something has been eating her lettuce. What kind of animal do you think might eat lettuce? Well, you got it. She spies a little bunny. Could he be eating the plants? Maggie is angry. Show you a picture of that cute little bunny. Now, there's no reason for her to be angry because bunnies need to eat as well. They love leafy things. Her sister says, "Don't be angry. The bunny needs to eat, just like you and me." So it depends on people planting things, gardens, or grasses to survive. All living things depend on each other. The hummingbird needs the flowers too for food. Notice, if you've never seen a hummingbird, notice the shape of its beak. It is long and skinny, like a long skinny triangle. And it can reach down deep into the flower to get nectar. So that hummingbird depends on the flower for its nectar, for it to survive, just like the bunny likes to eat your lettuce from your garden or any other leafy things you might be growing. Well, so do bees. "What other living things use our garden?" asks Maggie. "Look," her sister says, "the caterpillar uses our garden to eat and build a chrysalis." Just like when we talked about the life cycle, of a butterfly, we have the chrysalis right there underneath of the leaf that might be in someone's garden. And then you see our bees up here getting the pollen and taking it back to its beehive. Maggie asks her sister, "Do any other animals depend on us?" "Yes, our pets depend on us. They cannot take care of themselves." Maggie wonders how she could help the other animals. Look right here. There's your animals. What kind of animals depend on you? A cat? A dog? Maybe you have a bird or a fish. These are types of animals that depend on you. They are called domestic animals. That means they are your pets. Now, a lion and a tiger, that's a type of a pet, but they're not domesticated. That means they can't live in your house. Those are wild animals. So they don't depend on you to go lay a bowl of food out for them or a bowl of water. They depend on the wilderness to get what they need. So let me show you a picture of a deer. Oh, wait, I'm not through. Sorry, I forgot. Now, Maggie and her sister decide to plant a tree. There's some animals here that you're fixing to see, and I want you to think, what do you think they could use the tree for? So look right down here. We've got Maggie and her sister planting the tree, and then we've got three types of animals. This is a squirrel, here is a bird, and a bat. Now, what do you think they might need from the tree to help it survive? I want you to think about that for a minute. Talk to mom and dad for a second. Notice the bat is hanging upside down and holding on to the branches. I know you've all seen squirrels running around. I know they're up in my tree a lot, and they like to run around and hide their pecans that they find from the neighbors across the street. And then you've also got a bird. What do you think a bird might do up in a tree? You know they're not going to eat the leaves, but you guessed it, they're going to build a nest to lay their eggs. So that way their babies will have a nice warm place to live. Now let me show you the deer. I was getting ahead of myself. Here is a picture of a deer. Now remember, the last two stories that we've read, we've done some writing on. You're also going to do some writing here as well. Not the problem or solution, not characters or setting, and certainly not the title and the author. This time, you're going to look at this picture of a deer who is out in the forest. I see some trees, I see some bushes. I want you to think about what other living things in the forest could help this deer. Now think about it. He's got trees. Think about him if he's out there and it's raining, or if it's super duper cold outside. Where do you think he might go? What would he use the trees and stuff for? Now, some of the bushes I noticed that are green, sometimes they grow certain things on them that might be tasty to eat. So what do you think the deer might use from the forest to help him stay alive? I want you to think about that. Discuss it with mom and dad, and then I want you to write an awesome sentence and then have mom video you reading it and send it to your teacher. She might not know what you come up with. We're learning things just like you guys are. I've seen some deer, but never in my backyard. So I want you to think about that and write a great sentence and send it to your teacher. I can't tell you how much I miss you guys, how much all of us are missing you and wish that we could see you at school. We love you guys so much and we want you to be safe. So until next time, I'll see you later.